All right. So next, we'll be looking at break and continue statements. Now, what are these and where these are used and why these are used? So let us create a new class over here, and we'll say break and continue. Right. Now, let us assume I have created a method over here. Let's say public void go. Right. Within this, I'm gonna print something. Let's say I print first and I print last. Right. And I'll gonna write something called as break. I'm commenting it out for the time being. Right. And what I'll do, I give a call to this go method. So I'll create an object of this class equal to new, right, and I'll say b dot go, right. Now when I run this, it will gonna execute first and last. Now what happens if I remove this comment from here? What it will gonna print? Will it gonna print first, or will it gonna print first and last both, or will it gonna print last? What it will gonna print? Again, just take 1 minute of your time and think before executing it, before removing the comment from here, what it will gonna print. All right, timeout. So let us remove this comment and let us see what it will gonna do. As soon as I remove it, I'll gonna get some compiler error. Now let us see why this error is there. Let us mouse over onto this, and it says that break cannot be used outside of a loop or a switch, because this is implemented for a loop or a switch statements only. We cannot use this break like this way inside a method. It has to be present inside some loop, right? So this example was just to tell that the scope of break is within the loop only, right? You cannot use break statements like this. Similarly, if I talk about another statement that is continue, right? This thing also cannot be declared over here. Even if you mouse over onto this, it says that it cannot be used outside of a loop. It means when we were talking about break, we were getting things like loop or a switch, but in case of continue, we are only getting it inside a loop. So continue statement, the scope of continue statement is within the loop only, whereas break can be used with a loop or a switch, right? We're going to talk about what switch are, right? We'll be using switch and cases soon, right? But this is what the scope of break and continue. All right. All right. So first, let us look how this break statement works, right? So what I'll gonna do, I'll just comment it out for the time being, and I'll create a loop, right? We know that the break will gonna work with loop only. So what I'll do, I'll just write the same program, printing the numbers from 0 to 9, right? 10 numbers, and I'll go inside this loop and I'll write a condition if I is equal to 5. What it will do, it should break it, right? And then I'm gonna print the value of I. So what it means that if till the time this is not 5, it will gonna increment the value, it will gonna print this value. So what this thing will gonna print? What this will print? If I run this, it will gonna print 0 till 4, because as soon as it hits 5, if it is equal to 5, it will gonna break it from here and come outside, right? I can even remove this thing. Let us see if we remove this thing, what happens. As soon as I remove it, I got an error. Let me move my mouse over here. It says unreachable code, because nothing is no condition satisfied over here. What it is breaking, it was never executed, right? This loop was never executed, so it is actually saying that it is unreachable code. So we cannot write break like this. Break has to be present with some if or else condition. It has to be there with some condition only. Right? So this is mandatory that you need to write these break statements with if or else. Right? Even let's say if I remove this thing and I remove this thing as well. Now this is a valid code, right? And if I just write outside the loop, now what it will gonna print? You can see a yellow sign over here. If I mouse over onto this, it says dead code. So this was never used, right? If you run it, it will not go inside this for loop. It will directly print outside the loop. Right, so there is no use of writing this statement like this, right? Because as soon as it enters over here, it didn't increment the value of I, and the purpose of for loop was not served. So that is the reason it shows the dead code, right? So we will never gonna write it like this way. So this is the only reason this break actually works with a condition only. A condition, why condition only? Because break we also call it as like it controls our loop. As in, see, let's say if I have given a loop from 0 to 1000, right? Let's say we are reading Excel file, and we are actually looking for some method. The method could be at the line 20th, it could be at the line 100. So we don't want the loop should execute up till the end of the row. We want that as soon as that particular condition is met, it should break the loop and should come out of the loop. So we are giving a control on that particular loop with the help of this break statement. So next, we're gonna take a look at the continue statement. Now, what if I write something over here? I'll just comment it out, and I'll write if this I is greater than 0, then continue, right? And I'll print the value of I as well. Now what it will gonna run? If it is greater than equal to 0. If I is greater than equal to 0, what it should actually print? The value of I is equal to 0, right? At I, so 0 is equal to 0, continue. Will it gonna print this value? Will it gonna come out of the loop? Right, if it prints this value, will it gonna print 0 or what? Normally people get confused with the continue statement because we rarely use it, right? Most of the time we have seen that we use break statement. Now when is continue required? What is the use of this continue statement? And normally people misunderstood like the continue statement, as in people think that continue means that continue in the loop. So it means if this is less than equal to 0, then just go ahead print this. This thing we can do it without even writing continue statement. What is the use? What is the use of continue statement? If I run this, it will not gonna print this value. See what it does. As soon as I run it, you can see it prints outside the loop. Now what it has actually done? See how the flow of continue works over here. It first checks whether this condition is satisfied. If this is satisfied, then it will continue to iterate this I++. It will not go over here. It will continue to iterate the next cycle. So continue, what it is doing? It is continue to the next cycle, right? So as soon as the continue is hit, we actually our focus actually goes over here. So what's happening over here? The very first time I value of I is 0, continue is hit, it goes over here. Next time the value of I is 1, it goes over here, it again returns over here. Then I is 2, 2 is less than equal to 0, continue, then it goes over here. right? So till the time the value is not equal to 10, it goes over here and it comes over here, right? So it never goes inside over here, it never goes inside it, and as soon as the value is not satisfied, it actually comes out of the loop. So we generally don't use it like this, right? We use it with multiple conditions, as in mostly the use of this continue is to skip the iterations. Iterations, right? This is the only thing, this is the only way to skip the iterations. As in, let's say what we are doing, we are printing the value from 0 to 9. What if I want that the values are printed from 0 to 4 and then 8 till 10? I don't want to print the value 5, 6 and 7. So how will you do it? So you can do it only with the help of this continue, right? So what you're gonna write, if I is greater than equal to 5 and I is less than equal to 7, then less than equal to 7, then continue. It means that the very first time the value of I will be 0. 0 is greater than equal to 5 or 0 is less than equal to 7, right? The condition didn't satisfied over here. 0 is greater than equal to 5, right? So the condition didn't satisfied over here, it printed the very first value. Next time I is 1. 1 is greater than equal to 5, the condition is not satisfied, it come over here. Then 2, then 3, then 4. When 5 comes, is it equal to 5? Yes, the condition satisfied, it incremented the value. Next time 6, condition satisfied, like 6 is greater than equal to 5, this didn't satisfy, but this condition is 6 is 6 is greater than equal to 5. Yeah, the condition satisfied, then it goes over here and it executed it, and 6 is also less than 7, right? The next time it will be 7. 7 is greater than 5 and 7 is less than equal to 7. It is satisfied, it will again increment it, it will not gonna go over here. Next time it becomes 8. 8 is greater than 5, but 8 is less than 8 is also greater than 7. So the condition is not satisfied, it started printing from 8. So if I save this and if I run this, you're gonna see the iterations are printed from 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 are not printed, and then 8 and 9 is printed, and then it printed outside the loop. So this is what the usage of continue is. Without continue, you cannot achieve this thing. If I talk about the real-time implementation of this thing, let's say we are reading an Excel file, right? There are 1,000 lines. I don't want to read the line from 20 till 30. I want to skip that line. So this is the only way that you can do it, right? Using that continue statement. If you don't have continue, you cannot achieve that task.